Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to Kickstarter Lookback. This is a series that I'm going to do periodically where I check up on Kickstarters that I have backed in the past and see what I think about them now, or if they've even delivered, whatever it might be. So I take a look at 15 Kickstarters at a time. So let's get started. We're going to take a look, and here we go. So first, we're taking a look here at 5 Minute Mystery, a real-time cooperative mystery game. So this is from the folks who made 5 Minute Dungeon and 5 Minute Marvel. 5 Minute Mystery is a little bit different than the other ones. It's actually some deduction, and you're going to get a room card like this, and there's multiple room cards. You're looking for specific symbols on this room card, and then you're going to kind of turn this little codex here. Once you got the codex correctly, you'll turn the card over to see if it's correct. You find a clue. You then look at the clue tiles, and these clue tiles match up with this culprit card that you've drawn, and you're slowly eliminating these different animals. Oh, they don't have a hat, so get rid of all the people with a hat. They are holding a bag until you figure out who it is. Now, it's 5 minutes. It can go to 8 minutes or longer, but it's still a pretty short game. It's fun. It's deduction mixed with speed, and my kids and I all really enjoyed this one when it came. Also has some nice, great art, and it was a nice production all around. VENICE. I don't know that we ever got this one. I wonder why. I meant to put this in the Dice Tower library. I did not like the first game from this company here. Yeah, I've never played this, and I was looking to put it in the Dice Tower library, but this one never came in. Maybe Ragusa I did play. I did not care for Ragusa, but maybe VENICE is fine. Yeah, so who knows? I meant to put it into the Dice Tower library. Maybe I never filled out the pledge manager. I guess that happens occasionally. But, well, there you go. I can't tell you much more about that. I don't even know. Let's quick take a look at VENICE here on Board Game Geek and see how it ranks. Overall rank 5,393. Not particularly high, but not particularly low either. Kind of a mid-ranked game with a 438 ratings. So let's take a look at that ratings grid here. Some 10s, but man, a lot of 4s and 3s. So a lot of people, well, maybe it's not one that I should have caught, but we'll never know. Magnate, first city here. So in this particular project, Magnate, the first city, this is a puzzle cooperative game. And I like the designer of this game, who is the same designer as Dice Game, Civilization Game, which is slipping my mind, but I like his stuff. This one I did not particularly care for. I thought it was too messy, too difficult, and just kind of a puzzle, and didn't feel like a city building game. A lot of people disagreed with me. A lot of people have enjoyed this one, so, there you go. It could just be me, I suppose. But it was one that I particularly didn't enjoy. On the other hand, Necromolds Monster Battles. I love this game. So in this game, you're using Play-Doh, essentially, to make these weird little necromantic creatures. And then you are going to fight each other with them within a fairly simple miniatures game where you move them, you roll dice, and then when you beat someone else's creature, you take one of these rings and you smash the opponent's creature. It is so much fun. Build your armies, issue your commands. By the way, I love that these little boxes here are the molds for the monsters, and the amount of Play-Doh that you have is your points for building an army. That's just phenomenal. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're going to be someone who min-maxes your army points and all that sort of thing, I don't want to play this against you. But if you're just there for silly fun and like smashing enemy monsters, this one works really well. I think it's hilarious fun, and we had a lot of fun smashing each other's monsters. Unsettled, the board game. This is from Orange Nebula. Now, this one did extremely well. It's in the Dice Tower library, although I will say one thing. The box, one of the sides of the box, or two of the sides of the box, they don't say Unsettled on them, so it's hard to read on our shelf many times. It comes with all these different planets you can plug in. It's a cooperative game. It just didn't work for me. Now, Mike DeLisio loves it here, and many other people also really enjoy this game. It felt a little procedural for me, a little too difficult. I wanted to go off and explore the planets more, and you really just don't have time for that. You just got to solve the puzzle of sorts. But each planet was very different. They have different rules. I tried many of the different planets to see what they were. I said it didn't hit on cylinders for me, but this is definitely one I think a lot of people liked. Car Wars from Steve Jackson Games. Well, I still haven't played this one. It's in the Dice Tower library. I opened it up, read the rules, sorted out all the different cards, looked at it. Looks fun. Some of the cars are even painted. My daughter painted several of the cars. So that's kind of cool. It's a neat looking game. Car Wars has been out since, I don't know, as long as I've been alive practically, from Steve Jackson Games. And so this very nice version of it, adding all these extra things. I mean, I spent a lot of time just building a car, adding upgrades and stuff. I thought that was fun. I mean, there's different armor you put on the different sides, the way it moves. It's not quite feels modern from the rules and stuff, but it looks pretty good. And so I think in this case, you're getting exactly what you paid for. You know, if you like the old Car Wars, you'll like this one. If you've never played Car Wars before, this is not too hard to get into. So it came with a lot of stuff, and I'm pretty happy with this this campaign. This particular campaign, I did not play the game, Oath, Chronicles of Empire and Exile. Not because I didn't want to, it just didn't work out that I was involved. Mike DeLisio loves the leader game stuff, and so he played it, and several of the other guys here in the studio played it with him, and went through the campaign, or went through part of the campaign, and I just didn't. And now that I might be interested in it, I don't know who I would play it with because everyone else has already kind of played it. Maybe Mike would want to play it with me and stuff. So I will attempt to get this to the table at some point. Maybe play it with some other people who've never played it before. But yeah, I'm just going to have to wait and see. This is definitely... it got a lot of very positive buzz, but it also got a lot of this is a very unique game that's not for everyone type of buzz. I mean, it did very well here. It made $1 million. Did not win a lot of end-of-year prizes, but a lot of that is because it's a harder game to get into. It's a very interesting one. Star Realms, the Deluxe Nova Collection. Has this delivered yet? Nope, it has not. Printing complete, next up, assembly and shipping. Okay, well then that would be why. Because I did get a Star Realms big box, but this is much bigger than that. And it looks like there's new foil cards. I don't care about foil cards. Does anyone like foil cards? I mean, foil cards look neat, but for playability purposes, they're terrible. A neat game board. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I love that box. I think that's a great box. And I think it's hilarious. This box is 15 inches by 13 inches by 4 inches. And the original Star Realms is like essentially a deck of cards. That's all it is. It's a very small box. So it's funny how Star Realms keeps getting bigger. So this one's not out yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Almanac, the Dragon Road. So Almanac is a worker placement game where you go through a book. And honestly, the more companies that use books as boards, the happier I am. It allows you to have lots of different boards. And this one, you go through this book, and each page in the book, the way you place workers on is done in a slightly different way. And I love that concept. I really enjoy this game. It's a lot of fun. It did not get a lot of buzz. Very few people talk about it. It's in the Dice Tower library. I don't believe it was checked out much at all. But we had a lot of fun playing it, and I look forward to seeing the sequel to it. Micro City, the pocket-sized city building game. Now this one I assume, yeah, this one was sent to us. I remember it coming in, and I just haven't played it. Maybe someone else ever played it at Dice Tower. I don't know. I'll look that up in just a second. It looks interesting. There's a lot of different city games. So, Micro City Dice Tower. Let's see if anyone at Dice Tower reviewed it. Oh, Brian Drake reviewed it. Well, there you go. Okay. Well, Micro City. You'll have to check out his review to see if it's any good or not. Parks. All right, so Parks, and this is the expansion, and Parks Memories. So I have not reviewed the Parks expansion, Nightfall. Z says it's very good. I like Parks. I haven't played Nightfall. I did play these Parks Memory games, which is essentially a very, very expensive, cool-looking, beautiful game of memory match, which is not that good. I don't I mean, unless I guess you really want to play Memory Match. But I was not impressed with the Parks Memories other than the art. But that being said, the Nightfall was the main reason people are backing this. And I know a lot of people, like I said, Z enjoyed that one. Wishland. Now, this is one I'm not sure why I have not... Oh, no, I did play Wishland. Sorry, I'm thinking of a different one. Me and Z played this one. I believe Z did the review. But I enjoyed this game where there's a bunch of cards out here and you're picking these cards, adding rides, adding different parts to your park. Nice upgraded pieces. This is definitely in my top 10 of theme park games, and I just really enjoyed how this one works. Frutticola. Well, this one delivered. I know it delivered because I was excited about it. With all these different fruits, and you collect fruits, and I'm going to stop here because this game is terrible. It is a terrible game. The rule book's not great. The components are fine. I mean, I like collecting the fruit, but this game in particular, I just so unenjoyed it. In fact, all of us did. It almost felt like the game was broken. In fact, we almost chased Chris off. I think this was one of the first games Chris played with us, and it was terrible. But speaking of Chris, we have Kanban EV. I've never played this, but we did get this one. I put it in the Dice Tower library because it's gorgeous. In fact, I had a really tough decision to make when this came in. These little wooden cars came in that were screen printed, and then it came with little metal cars. I guess because I got the upgraded version of it. But I don't know which one I like better. I think I like the wooden screen printed ones better, but the metal ones also looked really cool. Where does it show? There's the metal pace car. Here's the metal looking ones. Those look pretty neat too. It was a tough decision on which one to put in. Now, this is a Lacerda game, and it's one that's gotten a lot of positive love. I've only played 2 Lacerda games, The Gallerist and Escape Plan. I like Escape Plan. The Gallerist felt like work. Lacerda games don't necessarily appeal to me, although I understand a lot of people enjoy them. This one I backed straight up because I wanted to put it into the Dice Tower library. And there it is, and there it will probably stay. It's a beautiful production. Alrighty, well, of all of these here today, I'm trying to think of all of them, which one's my favorite one that I've gotten, because there's some pretty good looking ones in here. I want to give that to the Necromolds because I really like the Necromolds thing, but I don't know, Almanacs I also like, Wishland. There's some good ones in here. Which one of these is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, we'll do this, like I said, every 3 weeks or so. We'll put out one of these videos just checking back on Kickstarters that we've backed. But until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and this has been Kickstarter Look Back on the Dice Tower.